We need to have a proper big catch up. I think I deserve a new book. Hey bestie, welcome back to my channel. It feels like it's been forever since I filmed a bookish weekend or just vlogged in general. So I thought we could spend the weekend together because I finally have 2 days off in a row and I'm very excited to spend them with you. We are well overdue a catch up. So I thought that we could sit here, do my makeup and have a little bit of a big yap session. Of course, I've got my Free Soul Korea Glow here, which is my creatine and my collagen drink, and it's in raspberry flavour. It is literally the most delicious drink ever. I do have a discount code. I will pop it on the screen for you so you can save yourself 15% off. I literally have this every single day and I have noticed that I've been a lot more energized since I've started taking this. We need to have a proper big catch up because if you are not new to my channel, then you will know the past few weekends I have been training to be a Pilates instructor. So I chose to do my course with STOP, which is considered the Ivy League of Pilates training, and it's globally recognized. It's very expensive, but I would say that it's definitely been worth the money. So I decided to be a Pilates instructor purely because I have a fused spine. So that means I have metal in my spine. I'll pop a picture on the screen for you. So I had scoliosis as a kid. I'm just explaining this because everybody asks me why I want to be a Pilates instructor, and this is my reasoning why. So I had scoliosis as a kid, I had surgery, and obviously I had 2 metal rods put into my spine. Then I was kind of like left with a lot of pain and I just sort of assumed that I couldn't do Pilates, so I spent years weightlifting. Where's my foundation? I found it. So yeah, I never did any sort of like Pilates, and then one day I met one of the instructor trainers at STOT and he said, oh, you should try flexion free Pilates. Then I realized that is very hard to come across and a lot of places don't actually know how to cater for fused spines. And then I spent 3 years just doing Pilates, modifying it to the best of my knowledge because obviously I'm a PT, so I kind of know-ish how to modify stuff. And then after that I thought, you know what, I'm going to be that person. I want to be the one who doesn't get scared when someone with a fused spine comes to their class because they don't know how to modify. So yeah, that's why I decided to be a Pilates instructor. So that's why I've spent the past 4 weekends of my life, Saturday and Sunday, 6 hours a day training to be a Pilates instructor. And to be honest, I have had the absolute best time. I've met the loveliest girls on my course, and even though it's been super intense, a little bit draining if I'm being honest, and I feel like I've literally lived, breathed, and what's the saying? I don't know actually, I can't remember, but I feel like I've literally lived and breathed Pilates for the past like 4 weeks of my life. It's been like a really good experience and I don't regret it. I feel like I don't know, now I'm considering doing Reformer, so maybe I'll be giving up 5 weekends of my life in October to do Reformer, but we'll talk about that. I'm not even sure if I want to do that yet, but I'm considering it. Yeah, so now that I finished my in-person training days, I have 6 months to do my exam, but if I book onto the Reformer course, then I get 6 months after that finishes to do my exam. So I have a couple of months now just to think about what I want to do. I think teaching Reformer is definitely something I see myself doing in the future. So I think I probably will end up doing that. But then of course it means certifying a lot later. So I wouldn't certify as an instructor until next year, which is obviously a little bit frustrating, but also I think sometimes things are just kind of like worth the wait. Do you know what I mean? And also it means another 4 weeks, actually it'll be 5 weeks for Reformer, where I don't get to do what I love doing, and that's vlogging and creating content, because I feel like that has really taken a backseat the past few weeks. And obviously it's taken a backseat for like a really good reason, but at the same time I have felt a little bit guilty for doing that because it's meant that I haven't really prioritized doing the things that I love and really enjoy. But obviously it's kind of like another thing that I really love and really enjoy is kind of taken priority. So I guess it's not really that bad, but I have really, really missed it. And that's why we're spending the weekend together doing bookish things. So plan of action for this weekend is to go to the gym because all I've done is Pilates all weekend and I feel like the rest of my body needs to get moving. So we're gonna go, me and Alex are going to go to the gym this morning. We're going to then go shopping because it's his birthday tomorrow and I still need to get him a birthday present. We are very lastminute.com over here, but that's fine because he's going to choose some bits that he wants and then I will get them all sorted for tomorrow. But we're going to pop into the shops for a couple of things. So I want to go to Waterstones because I think I deserve a new book. After all of the hard work I've been doing, I want to treat myself to a new book. I don't know what book I'm going to buy, to be honest, and I have actually found it really difficult to get into my books at the moment. I think because my mind feels feel so busy. Like I woke up this morning with every single intention to sit down with my book and read for a couple of hours before Alex woke up. Did that happen? No. I ended up on my phone literally doom scrolling TikTok for forever. And I'm getting to the point with TikTok now where I feel like I need to delete the app because I'm spending all of my free time literally just scrolling at the moment, and I'm not creating anything. So it's not like doing anything good for me. Do you know what I mean? I'm literally just doom scrolling. And I genuinely thought that, you know, I haven't been on my phone that much. So I thought, because I've been working, I've been on my course, like I'm still working full time while I'm doing all of this stuff. So it's been very hectic. I looked at Friday's screen report and I'd spent 7 hours on my phone. 7 hours. That's a whole day. How did that even happen? And that is so bad. What positive energy was that bringing to me on that day? I don't know. Literally nothing. I think I was just wasting my life away. So I really want to do some really good reading this weekend because I want to actually sit down and be able to focus on the book that I'm reading. So let's talk about the book I'm reading, which is Funny Story by Emily Henry. This is March's book club book of the month. We picked this one out of a few options. Am I halfway? I would say I am probably just over halfway through this book now, and I am enjoying it. I do like Emily Henry's writing. I do think she has a nice way of creating characters, and I think that Miles and Daphne are very, very sweet. So if you haven't read this book before, it's about the two main characters, Miles and Daphne. So they are in relationships with two other people, and those two other people, so their partners are actually lifetime best friends, and then they decide to get married. So then obviously Miles and Daphne are suddenly like finding themselves single, and then they move in together because Daphne has to move out of her house with Peter, and then obviously they start fake dating to make their previous couples jealous, if that makes sense. But then obviously because they're spending more time together, they get to know each other a little bit better, and then I'm sure you can work out the rest. And it is a fun book. I personally absolutely love the fake dating trope. I think it's actually one of my favorites, and I just eat it up every single time. But I don't know if it's a me problem because I haven't been able to switch off my brain very easily, but I wouldn't say I'm enjoying it that much. I think right now it feels very much like a 3-star for me. It started off as a 4-star. I did really enjoy kind of like the premise of it, and I did think that it was set up to be a really, really good book, but I am finding it a little bit boring. And I don't know if maybe that's just me because obviously, oh God, that's way too much pressure. I don't know if that's just me because I can't really switch off. At the same time, I feel like it's not really drawing me in. And I don't know if that's part of the problem because I don't really find myself reaching for it. Like, I'm not that bothered about picking it up. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not sure this is going to be a super high rating. I know a couple of the other girls have also said that they feel sort of the same and they've kind of struggled to get into it as well. But we'll see how it ends because I feel like we're kind of getting to the point now where they're starting to like each other and they don't want to admit it to each other now. So I don't know, we'll just see. We'll see how it plays out. But it feels a bit dry. Do you know what I mean? It's not really giving me anything. So we shall see. But also I do find that romance books sometimes can be a bit boring if they're not like, it has to be really emotionally coded, I think, for me to really enjoy a romance book. Otherwise I just think they're a bit bland. Anyway, that is enough yapping. I'm going to put my mascara on and then we're going to go to the gym together and then we're going to go shopping, and then when we come back I'll do you a haul because I'm sure I'll be able to pick up a few bits. Fingers crossed. I'm back and I have got a little bit of a haul to show you. So let's start with the one thing I bought in Primark. I picked up these adorable grippy socks. So on this side they have a little matcha, I think. Yeah, a little matcha. And or is it ice cream? No, I think that's it's some sort of cute little drink, and then pink grips. And then the other side is pink heart socks with white grips, which I think are so cute. So I saw these on TikTok and I literally went into Primark just to get these. They were only £4. I thought these would be so cute for when I go to Reformer. And then obviously I had to go into the bookshops. I picked up 2 new books. So the first book that I saw and knew immediately that I needed to pick up was Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen. This is a book that has been on my radar for so long, but I really wanted to get the physical copy because the cover of it is actually stunning, and the back as well. So I've heard amazing things about this. All I know is it's something to do with, like, this is what it says on the front: they've loved each other in 1,000 lifetimes, they've killed each other in every one. I'm sorry, but that just sounds amazing. So this is a Waterstones edition, and it's got a little sticker inside, which is cute. And it also came with, where did it go? A little bit of, I'm guessing this is character artwork. Oh no, this is a different book, The Lies That Summon the Night. I don't know what that is, but that's what it came with anyways. But this book has literally been on my radar for so long, and I've always wanted to read it, but obviously I wanted the physical copy because it's stunning, so I picked this one up. And the second book that I picked up is a book that I've heard many things about and only good things, and that is Silver Elite by Dan Francis. So I feel like everybody was talking about this book when it was released last year. I had major FOMO, I didn't read it. As far as I know, it's a dystopian novel, but I'm quite into dystopian. I was always into like the Hunger Games as a kid, so apparently this is really good. I'm looking forward to giving it a go. I wouldn't have normally bought this on paperback. I feel like this would have been the kind of book that I buy on Kindle, but they were both in the buy one get one half price deal, and there wasn't anything else on the table that really caught my eye, and this one obviously is one that I really wanted to read, so I thought, you know what, while it's on the deal, I'm going to do it. I'm going to pick them up. So these are the two books that I picked up. And this afternoon, I really want to start reading a new book, because I kind of mentioned this briefly this morning, but my current read is Funny Story by Emily Henry. And if I'm being completely honest, I'm not feeling it. I feel like I just want to get lost in a book that is different. Do you know what I mean? Not different, but like, I can't read a romance right now. I'm not in the headspace for it. And there is a book on my TBR that has been looking at me for the longest time, and I really want to start it, and I think I'm just gonna start reading it while I've got today and tomorrow off work. I think now is a good time, and that is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillick. Honestly, if you watched my March TBR video, I debated whether or not to put this on my March TBR because I have been dying to read it for so long. I got it for Christmas and I've been wanting to read it ever since then, but it hasn't felt like the right time. But today it feels like the right time. So we're going to get cozy on the sofa and we're going to start this book. I'm so excited. Finally, I'm getting round to reading it. Good morning. It is the next day and I realized that we actually haven't caught up on my thoughts so far of The Night and the Moth, and I feel like it's no surprise, but I'm actually loving this so much already. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I'm really praying that this is going to be a 5-star because I haven't had a 5-star in so long, but we will see. It's definitely feeling like a 4 or a 5-star so far. I just love the way that Rachel is able to create these like really unique and interesting worlds. In this book, we follow our main character, Sybil, who is what they call a diviner, and diviners are a group of 6 girls who are able to get visions sent to them from the omens, and people travel far and wide to get sort of like their visions read by one of the diviners. And everything's going well until one day this knight shows up, and then after that the other diviners start going missing one by one, and then obviously they kind of work together to sort of figure out what's happening. So I've literally just got to the point in the story where the girls have started to go missing and the knight has literally just turned up, and I'm thinking, oh, we know where this is gonna go and I know I'm gonna have a great time. I'm really not that far in. I mean, like, I feel like now we've kind of got through the world building bit. We understand sort of like the background and what's happening, and now we're really getting into the nitty gritty of the story. I feel like the story is really gonna start now, and I'm so glad that I decided to pick this book up because I feel like I was starting to feel a bit slumpy, and this is really getting me out of that kind of slumpy feeling. So yay, this is exactly what I was in the mood for, and I'm enjoying it. Also, so rogue, but I feel like I really enjoy reading hardbacks. I don't know why, it just feels so, I just find it more comfortable actually than a paperback. I feel like that might be a bit unpopular. But anyway, this afternoon it is Alex's birthday, so I did say I will sit and watch a film with him. His film of choice is going to be the second Pirates of Caribbean, so I think we're going to sit and watch that, and then after, in the evening, I do plan to pick up the book and read as much as I can before I go back to work tomorrow. Sad times, but at least it's only 3-day week, so that'll be nice. It's a little while later, we've watched our film, and now it's time to pick up The Night and the Moth. I'm on chapter 9 and that takes me up to 100 pages. So let's just see how much of this book I can actually read over the next few hours. It would be great to finish it, although that may be a little bit ambitious. I think that might be too ambitious actually, but we can try. We can try to finish it today. I don't think that's going to happen actually. How many pages are in this book? 385. But anyway, let's just see how many pages we can read. I'm so excited now to see what happens because, as I said before, it feels like now we're getting into like the nitty gritty of the story. And I've also got myself some Sour Patch Kids as a little treat to have while I read my book. So without further ado, let's get reading. It's actually a couple of days later now, but I just wanted to pop on here and thank you so much for joining me on this video. I hope that you enjoyed watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.